Hey friends, I want to share with you a real quick way to elevate your mindset, which is important because the higher level you're thinking from, the more opportunities you see and the more efficient the solutions become. In the work I do, a lot of people ask me, what's the difference between mindset and personality? Or maybe what's the difference between mindset and attitude? What I would say is personality is a perspective. Attitude is a perspective. You have a positive attitude. You've got rose-petal glasses. You have a positive, hopeful outlook. You have an outgoing personality. But the thing is, what we have just gets us more of what we already have because it's that way of thinking that produces those results. Mindset, on the other hand, is a strategy. It is a strategic position to view the situation from that allows you to see other opportunities. If you're in your car, for example, and you accidentally back into something, the only reason that it happens is because you didn't see it. And when you're in your car and you do back into something, you get out of the car and go around to the back to see what's going on. And the reason is you couldn't see it sitting in the car. So the only way you can avoid it is by physically changing the vantage point that you're looking from. Now that you change that vantage point, you're able to see the blind spot that was holding you up. You're able to see the obstacle and see your way around it. And that's what mindset is. Mindset changes the viewpoint that your mind was trying to solve that problem from. Anytime somebody keeps hitting the same obstacles, like they don't have enough time or they don't have enough money, there's a couple things that are true. One, they're already doing all that they know to do, right? Already working hard, already hustling. So we know that hard work isn't going to fix it, or it already would have. Two, everything that they're doing totally makes sense to do. So that we know that like thinking about it isn't going to change anything because you can only think of what makes sense to you. Like, duh, right? Three, what that means is a breakthrough for that individual will at first sound like a bad idea. It'll first not make sense because if it made sense, they'd already be doing it. So when somebody keeps hitting the same obstacles, they don't have enough time, they don't have enough money, what's going on is there's a blind spot in their thinking patterns. There's something about their way their mind solves those problems that causes it to keep tripping over the same obstacles. I want to show you a way to elevate your mindset really quick. What I want you to do is to take your current business model, whether you're a realtor, what you have an average number of clients that you serve every month. If you're a coffee shop owner, you have an average number of customers that come in every month. If you are a small business owner, whatever it is, take that metric, whether it's dollars or products shipped if you're an e-com or customers served, take that metric, and what I want you to do is to add a 0 to that metric. If you're a realtor and you sell 4 houses a month, add a 0. Now we're going to talk about 40 houses. If you're a coffee shop owner and you see 400 people in a day, add a 0. We're going to now talk about 4,000 people. And what I want you to do is to put together a plan that allows you to reach that number in 1 month. And here's the catch. The plan has to work with your current resources. Some people say, oh, well, that'd be super easy if I had $100,000 in the bank and I could buy billboards and send out 1 million mail pieces. Oh, that would be super easy if I had an extra $100,000 to hire an expert social media ads team. Yeah, sure, I could do that. It'd be super easy if I had an extra $100,000 to hire a great sales team or a great service team. Sure, I could do that. No. This challenge is for you to reach that 0, that tenfold, in 1 month with your current resources. So if you don't have that $100,000 sitting in the bank, then that's not an option. That can't be one of the strategies that we're going to use to get you there. If you don't have those extra team members, then that can't be an option. That's not one of the strategies that we're going to get there. So how do you do it? And that's what makes this such a beautiful exercise because it forces your mind to think at a higher level. Now that we're thinking from a higher level, the solutions become a lot more efficient. And the obstacles are nothing because you can see your way around them because we've elevated the position that we're looking from. So some practical, just kind of prime the pump for you, give you some practical solutions here. Let's say that you are a real estate agent and you normally meet your clients by going to networking events, and 1 in 10 hours spent networking tends to bring in a new listing. Well, that won't get us there because there's a hard limit on how many hours you have available to network. We can't network more to get more listings coming in, especially not 10 times more. What are you going to network, 100 hours a week or something? So that's not an option. And if we don't have the money to like hire billboards or whatever, that's not an option. So how could you as a realtor reach more people by working less hours. Well, what if instead of networking in small events, you started hosting your own event? So now you have an event and you've got 100 people present. Now 100 people are having that conversation with you at one time. You get up and speak for 10 minutes and then go back to the evening. What if instead of doing live event, you started to do digital events? For example, you could go to the local TV station and do an expert interview, sharing with the population of your town something they can do with their gardening or their flowering or their decor to change the value. And you could maybe teach them a little bit about changing the value of the home and how that affects tax rates and savings and income and depreciation and all that, just as a guest expert to share that on the TV. Now that you're on the TV sharing it, it only took you 1 hour. And really, on the TV, they're probably going to cut you off about 5 minutes. So we'll say 5 minutes, right? It's going to take you 5 minutes, and you're going to reach thousands of people in your town. Now more people know about you. Okay, what if instead of doing a TV, you did the newspaper or the local magazine? You spend an hour or two writing a column, writing an article, and you're now going to reach thousands of people. Well, now that we've taken your time out of the equation and we're starting to think at a higher level, it becomes very easy to get the message to have more sales conversations at once by taking your time out of the equation. If you're a coffee shop owner, the same thing. Okay, well, golly, you know, I could if I had a lot of ads, I could do a lot of ads, but then I gotta have a bunch of staff to serve the customers. I just can't add a zero and solve it in my month with my current resources. Okay, who could you partner with to help service those customers without adding to your payroll? Could you start a training program at the local tech school? Could you do a partnership with a population in your town where they benefit from learning about coffee and learning how to pour and serve and take care of customers? Maybe they get class credit through university or whatever. While at the same time, because you're teaching them something different, it's not just like a part-time jobs trade, could you partner with somebody to help with the labor end? And then could you partner with somebody to help with the marketing end? Okay, I tell you what, you have this conference coming into town, and in this conference, you're gonna have 10,000 people at this event. So you're gonna partner up with the company that's having that major conference in the town, and you're gonna help take care of their coffee needs, and they're gonna help take care of your needs. So how can you partner with somebody? How can you barter? How can you trade? How can you take your time out of the equation? How can you take your money out of the equation, add a zero, and solve that in a month? Now, one of the things that you'll find is what you're currently doing to get customers, how you're currently solving day in, day out lead generation needs. That strategy is very effective for what you're doing right now, but that strategy won't allow you to 10x in 30 days with your current resources. It breaks down, and then so the mind's like, gosh, I just don't know. I don't know how I could possibly do that. That seems impossible. Great, that means we've reached the end of that strategy, the end of its usability, and now we need to raise our mindset, think from a higher level so we can see around those obstacles, find more efficient solutions. If you're having a hard time getting your mindset to that place, how can I 10x with my current resources in 30 days? Hit me up. I'd be glad to help however I can, show you what that might look like in your business, brainstorm some ideas with you. Maybe you can get some friends together to brainstorm some ideas. But I promise, once you get there, you'll find that it's a lot easier to serve 10 times more people with your current resources than it is to serve what you have, because you're thinking at a higher level and these solutions are a lot more efficient. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.